Today we are going to be interviewing an artist who is into beadwork and recycling. There's Manners Mukuwiri. So who is Manners Mukuwiri?
Okay, Manners Mukuwiri is an artist born in October 1979. I was born in Wedza. So when I was still young, I used to go to a school where I was the only disabled person in the class. So during gardening time, I couldn't go to do gardening with other students. I could remain behind doing some drawings for the school charts, for the walls, those charts we used to put on the walls for the school. So I ended up doing it so perfectly that the whole school, I was the only person who was given the task to do the charts for the whole school. So that's when I developed an interest in art. And also, I couldn't afford, my parents couldn't afford to give me money for pocket money to eat during breakfast, during break and lunchtime. So I could make some toys using wire, like those motor cars you used to make long back. I was also the best in doing that. So I ended up selling to other students to raise money for that. That's how I started developing interest in wirecraft. And when I did my secondary school, I got a sponsorship to do microcomputer technology. I went to Daniko Secondary School. Then I also, after 6 years, I got sponsorship from Rio Tinto to do microcomputer technology. I was supposed to do 3 years, but after I've done it for 2 years, my first year and my second year, and Rio Tinto changed to Murowa Diamonds. Then the sponsorship was cut. They said no, we didn't have, we as Murowa, we don't have that facility for sponsoring students with school fees. I had to stop doing my microcomputer technology course. So I came back home. I became a vendor selling sweets and other things. So when I was doing that, I met some artists who were doing stone sculptures. They came to my place, and but by then I was married with so I was making toys for my kids. They said, hey, whom are you selling this to? And I was like, because I didn't know I could make a living out of this. And they taught me to make a symbol. They wanted to show one of their customers whom they knew was buying this type of art. I did a symbol, and the customer came, and I was surprised because he said, I made an ostrich. That was the first piece I made for this customer. And he was like, how many animals can you make? And I said, I can make any animal you want. He said, you can make 50 of each animal you can make. So I was taken by surprise. Even on charging, and I didn't know that I could make a living out of it. And I was like, I was stuck. And he said, how much? I didn't know where to start and how to charge these things. Yeah. And he said, okay, I will give you $1 each, make an animal. To me, by then it was a lot of money because I didn't realize I could make money out of this. So I made about 7 types of animal. That was 350 pieces. And I called him. He came to my place, he collected everything, and he gave me $350. To me, it was a lot of money because that was my first. So that's how I began to do this for a living. I then moved out from my place to home, and I started working by the roadside with the other guys who were doing stone sculptures there. Then in 2010, that was in October 2010, some guys said, if you go to Chitumi's Art Center, you could make more money if you go there. But I came here, I brought some symbols. The guys from here, they said, no, you can leave your symbols here. If you find someone who would buy, then we can call you. I leave my symbols here. At first, customers, I was the first person to come here doing this type of art. So customers were not familiar with me because I was working outside. Only my pieces were here. So with the time, customers began to ask about where can they find me. So that was before October 2010. Then in October 2010, I joined Chitungwiza Art Center because these guys were saying, no, the customers want to see you making these things. So that's how I came here. When I was here, I began to meet new customers, making orders, and that was in 2012. I met Ondine Francis with this lady with the Lind Francis Trust, if you know, and she took me to her fair. She normally does a craft fairs at a place, so she took me there. I met so many people and they were very ecstatic about my art. Then I began to meet a lot of people. In 2013, I met Charlene Hewitt of Environment Africa. She said no, because they were doing a waste management program here in Zimbabwe. And they said, we want you to come with us to UNWTO that was in 2013 in Vic Falls. We went there. It was a good trip for me and an eye-opener. They also, that very same year, they went with me to Haifa. That was my first time to go to Haifa. I made a lot of customers and so many sales at Haifa. It was only for a day, but to me, it was a first, and I enjoyed that fair. After that, I began working with the Ondine at Haifa. Each and every Haifa that followed, I'm always there with Ondine Francis Trust in the youth zone, teaching kids how to recycle their garbage profitably. Now I can do a lot of pieces. I have met so many customers. I'm working with other guys. This is my brother I'm working with now. And when I have big orders, I work with 5-6 guys I am working with. Now we have developed our art into usable things like, yes, you can see that Kudjet there. It's a lampshade. You can put a light there. This one we have made with bottle tops. It's something amazing, and we are part of the cleanup campaign team since we are collecting garbage and making something useful. And I think basically that's a brief about me.
That's interesting. So how many artists are in the same field as you here at the Chitungwiza Art Center?
I think I can say we are 2. But the other guy, he works alone. He's doing, 3, we are 3. There's another guy who is doing metal sheets, those old fridges board, and the other guy who is doing motorbikes with the recycled empty cans. And me, I'm into beadwork and recycling of soda pop cans, this one. So I can say we are 3. But so, I also, for me, I work with other guys whom I have taught how to do this, and they help me when I have big orders. Yes, I go to schools, fairs, and I can even teach adults how to make these things. And I've done this with schools, like I have been to Harare International School and even at Haifa. Each and every, since 2013, I think I started doing teaching youth here at Haifa in 2014. And every other Haifa that followed, I've been teaching them there.
Okay. And how about schools, let's say schools in Chitungwiza?
Yeah, we are facing a challenge with the schools in Chitungwiza because they say you need a letter from they say it's from the local board of educational board, whatever, I don't know. So I haven't tried to go and acquire that late. But with the private schools, it's easier because you can just go and talk to them. They say, yes, you can do.
Okay. So are there any other challenges that you might be facing as an artist that has a unique type of art, recycling and beadwork? Are there any challenges that you're facing?
Yeah, now, like if you design your own piece, duplication. Most of the guys, they end up copying what I'm doing. Yes, and selling. That's the other challenge. And the other challenges we are facing is there are people who are picking cans for recycling. They are taking aluminium cans. These are now aluminium cans. And like long back when we used to have those metal cans, with the aluminium, everyone is now picking for resale and they crush them for resale. So that's the other challenge we are facing. Also, the market is getting a bit down. And like when we started this thing, the market was a bit
the local market or the international market?
Yeah, with the local market we are facing a challenge for people they don't appreciate. Here in Zimbabwe, I can say people, just a few, does appreciate art. With these people, they will say they don't see what you have done on this. They will only see that this one is a cane. They don't see the art you have put into this. So they say, no, if you tell them the price, they will be like, you are too much. Because this one you are picking, but they don't see what I've done with it.
The creativity within. Yes. Okay, so what do you think needs to be done for a fellow Zimbabwean like yourself to be able to appreciate the work of the hands that artists are doing here in Zimbabwe?
Yeah, I think there should be awareness, telling people the value of art. If we catch the kids and teach them, because when I was in school, we were not taught much about the value of art. I couldn't realize that I could make a living out of this. I only realized it when I was grown up. If I had known when I was young, maybe I could have been more creative than what I am doing now. I could have put more effort on this. Because when I was young, I could use my hands. They were very crafty. I remember I was still in primary when I first made my piece. I didn't realize that it would be something that's very much important. But that's a whistle. I went to St. Barnabas Primary School in Wales. I made a whistle from old baguettes. You know the baguette, the old one. I took the old one and I cut a metal sheet. I roll it and I put the old pieces of baguette pieces. I put them on the sides and I could blow it and it was a whistle. Then that whistle was used at my school in those days. But I didn't realize that it's something I could make a living out of later on.
And now, where do you see yourself going with this art in particular? Let's say, like in the next 5 years to come.
Yeah, if I got enough funding, I would want to start I could call it a play center where I would teach people how to recycle their garbage profitably, especially kids. It's my desire to teach kids in the community because I realize they can make a living out of it.